Tens of thousands of people are protesting against President Trump today in London. And the much ballyhooed Trump balloon is aloft. It casts Trump as an angry baby in diapers holding a cell phone. It's floating over the city, shadowing the demonstrators below. The BBC's Rich Preston is in those streets. And Rich, we can hear there's a crowd there. Describe what you're seeing.
Yes, Robin, I'm in central London. I'm just a few metres from Oxford Circus, and I can see thousands of people walking down the street from Oxford Circus down towards Trafalgar Square, not far from where that baby is that you mentioned. And they're not happy. People are shouting, they're banging drums, and they are waving placards about everything from President Trump's policy in the Middle East to his policy towards Paris Climate Agreement to his policy within his own borders.
Well, I know that you've been speaking to some of the protesters. What are you hearing?
People do not like the way President Trump acts, and they don't think he should be afforded a welcome in the UK. They respect the office of president, they just don't respect Mr. Trump as an individual. Here's what some of them had to say.
I'm not against the presidential visit per se, but I believe very strongly that this administration is against everything my own father fought for in World War II. In how he raised me, and also believe very strongly that this administration is not doing right by my own children in terms of the legacy that we are leaving and the example that the United States is giving to the world.
We're here because I disagree fundamentally with almost everything that comes out of the United States President's mouth at the moment and on Twitter and things, and I want the world to be open and welcoming and full of love and not hate and fear. And his values could not be further from my own.
Well, Rich Preston back there on the ground with all the protesters. It sounds like the first woman we heard of who said it's against everything my father fought for. She sounded like an American.
She was. She's American. Who's been living here in Britain for a few years and does not like the Trump administration, does not like the image of America they portray overseas. And she said that's why it was important for her to be here.
Well, you are truly in the middle of this, and we're hearing this. Whose streets are streets? It does sound like there are many Americans there, but I'm just wondering, are they also mentioning that Sun newspaper interview that came out just as the president was going to be meeting with Prime Minister May last night, in which he said he doesn't feel welcome in London? He said the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, is weak on terrorism. He has attacked the mayor before. It's the mayor who gave permission for the balloon to be there. The mayor, of course, a Muslim, his family from Pakistan, he born and raised in London. And Trump also talked in that interview about what's happening to Europe being a shame. He said, I think allowing immigration to take place is a shame. I think it changed the fabric of Europe. Unless you act quickly, it's never going to be what it was. Have people commenting on that?
Yeah, there's a few things to pick up from there, Robin. I haven't spoken to anyone specifically about the Sadiq Khan, but generally Londoners... Sadiq Khan is a very popular mayor in London. He's not universally loved, of course, but he is very popular, so I can't imagine the comments about Mr. Khan will have gone down very well.
The BBC's Rich Preston, you hear him among thousands of protesters of President Trump's visit there in London. Rich, thank you.
Good to talk to you, Robin.
And now the president is on to Helsinki to meet with Putin, and there is a protest scheduled there this Sunday.